Hello, hello. Today you get to watch me do a trip from Kristiansand to Odense, I think it's called. My English is terrible. I'm also very sick. I apologize. I thought this would be interesting. We are on TruckersMP Sim 1, and this is a pretty routine drive for me. Usually I start with a pre-check, just check all my buttons are working. In this recording, there was a lot of lag. I don't know whether that's going to come across on the final recording once I take this out of the editor. I always do a check of my ping as well. We start driving anyways. We're at the port in Kristiansand. I think it's Kristiansand. I don't know how you actually say it. But anyways, we also are going to be doing a horn counter check because it's the law. You just honk at somebody when you see them. Now across the border and out of Scandinavia, well, for the most part, we eventually got on the road. We're taking a dual trailer road train, which is somewhat routine for me now. I'm still pretty new to all the new road train stuff. I tend to go pretty wide on the corners in a lot of these things, and a lot of people are going to be saying, "Oh, you're over exaggerating it." Reality is, though, I'm kind of nervous because I like to drive pretty realistic, unlike everyone who does 50k over the speed limit on this bloody thing. Uh, it is kind of a pain when people fly past you, but whatnot. Today was actually quite quiet. I think this was pretty early in the morning. Apologize for the lack of uploads. I've been very sick for like weeks and weeks and weeks. I've been sick several times. I'm probably getting sick again. Um, I've been trying. I've not been doing very well, but I am trying to upload. I'm trying to be consistent. I'm not very good at it, but I am trying. Um, we've also been busy with work. We've also been pretty burning out quite quickly at the minute. I don't know why. I just have been. But hopefully these new videos are a bit easier to make, a bit easier to work on, and hopefully maybe a bit more enjoyable for me to make in the future. I think we're coming up now to I can't remember what the name of this road is. This road was pretty long though. I think we were on this road for most of the journey actually. Once we left the what do you call it? The port. Jesus. This guy was clearly not a horn enjoyer, but to be fair, a lot of people don't know what the horn button is, so I do tend to give the benefit of the doubt. But some people just don't use the horn. I find it very strange because it's such a culturally correct thing to do on here. If you see another driver and they honk at you, you honk back, or vice versa. It's always been something I've done, unless we're in very difficult, tough situations. Um, I do find it very strange altogether when people don't, but hey. At the moment, the goal is to kind of save for truck. This is a pretty new profile due to the fact that when I was playing before, I played with mods. I've only recently come back to TruckersMP after a long, long break. The only reason I took the break was because people are so stressful. Like, honestly, I don't understand why I've struggled, but like, nobody uses their mirrors, nobody really uses their signals. When you do get people, netcode is like so bad, partially because of my internet, but partially because of other people's internet. There's a AFK player. It's whatever. You just kind of needed a break. I played a lot of pro mods for a while, but I kind of got sick of updating it every time a new update came out. So I said, you know what? Fuck it. Let's just get on with it. Go back to Truckers MP. I prefer a more vanilla experience. I prefer driving with other people too. I find it very fun, especially when you have an escort or you're doing it in a convoy or you're in a VTC, which I'm currently not. VTCs are something I haven't really touched in a long time. Now, I was associated with VTCs for a good while. I was associated with Katie's, I was associated with a VTC called Get, a lot of smaller VTCs, Vulture Transport, a lot of smaller stuff. But I did work with a lot of them in media and editing and posters and all that. I just haven't really touched it recently. I've been very busy with real life. A lot of people, once they get to like that age where they start working and stuff, it just doesn't become viable. A lot of people struggle to keep a VTC going, or, you know, and plus the English market is so saturated with VTCs already that there's not really much room unless you go to the French VTC community or Eastern Europe VCC community. There's a lot over there that there's a lot of potential. You really have to find a market where there isn't a lot of people in that market, and that it's easy to, you know, stick to your lane, stick to your people, even if it does mean, you're not in your own sector. Of course, I'm currently training and I'm currently in college to do kind of a hospital kind of job. I don't want to go too deep into it. I have various roles in the kind of public hospital sector. When I had very limited time already, it's kind of just tough to, deal with. That guy didn't really want to give me the horn. Anyways, we're gonna come off here because we're at our destination pretty much. It was a quick journey. It was only 200-ish miles, if I remember correctly. This guy was hilarious. Listen to this. Thought that was very amusing. But anyways, we're now in the town of Odense. I think it is Odense. Yeah. We are kind of at the end of our journey. If you enjoyed this, let me know. I might stream these journeys and we'll make content out of it. I enjoy playing Euro Truck. I just haven't had a reason to make the content. Content hasn't really gelled with me, if you get me. Now, don't get me wrong, I have made content on Euro Truck before. It just hasn't really worked out. It hasn't done well, if you get me. There's another AFK guy, but the content just hasn't worked for me. It's just been wrong. If I don't know how to explain it, it's just not sat with me right. And the two videos that I have made on this for here, didn't really work out. Not to say I haven't streamed the game. I've really enjoyed streaming the game, but yeah, it just wasn't for me. We're pulling up to our destination now, where we'll be dropping off the trailer here in whatever this place is. I can't remember off the top of my head. We are going to drop these two trailers. Of course, this is a very tight entrance, so you watch me second guess myself as we nearly overrun onto the grass there as I pull into my mission. There you go. That is the end of the video, pretty much. We are going to be finishing up now. Thank you so much for watching. I know this was a bit different to what we're used to, but I didn't have a lot of time to make a video as such. I'm recording this the day that I'm uploading this, so, we'll see. There you go. 212 miles, 5 hours in-game time. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.